Good morning. My name is Dr. Thomas Deering. I'm here at Napa Valley for our annual conference for cardiovascular medicine. This is a great conference that has morphed over the years. We have sponsorship from three great institutions, Piedmont Heart, Stanford University, and the Cleveland Clinic. And we have a number of sponsorship from different societies. I'm fortunate to have with me here my friend Michael Valentine. Dr. Valentine is the incoming president for the American College of Cardiology, and he gave us a very important keynote discussion this morning where he was talking about some of the new changes that are going along in terms of advocacy and quality of care delivery and how we as physicians can work together. So Mike, maybe if you could just elaborate on that a little bit so we can hear what your thoughts are and where you think this should be going.
Well, thank you, Tom, and thank you for having us here. You and Charlie and Manny and David Kanzari run an incredible meeting, and it's a lot of fun to be here in this type of environment. I'm vice president of the college, and Minna Walsh is the current president, and Tom, you will be president of HRS next year, so it's very exciting. It's an exciting time to work together with leaders together. This morning we talked about a lot of things, including management of atrial fibrillation, which is the perfect team sport that we talked about. Atrial fib requires management of systems of care. It requires you working with your hospital and working with your APPs and working with your emergency room. And how do you manage all the different medicines and procedures and everything? It was a great opportunity to talk about how do we do better patient care, how do we advocate for our patients. We talked about a little bit about the CV Summit and how we talk about quality of care, management, leadership, and those type of issues, and how do we do them together with electrophysiologists and cardiologists, and what's the future of that, which we hope, of course, is bright. We also talked about issues in relation to government management and what's the government going to do and how do we interface there. So I think it's a great opportunity to look at what do ACC do with our partner members and with our partner societies like HRS.
No, I think you make some very good points. Cardiovascular medicine has really made incredible strides over the last 20 years. If you look at the reduction in mortality rates that we've been able to affect and the improvement in outcomes and quality. So I think, together, and I'd be interested in your thoughts, Mike, one of the key things that we have as an issue is advancing the quality of care for our patients. And together as cardiologists, whatever our particular subspecialty might be, working together, we can get easily to that particular arena. But we've got to realize that interface is very important. So, for example, in atrial fibrillation, you mentioned, team-based care. Most of the care is delivered by general cardiologists.
Right.
In some cases, APPs, in some cases even by internists and general practitioners. But we have interface with ER docs. We also have interface with our administrators on quality metrics. Left atrial appendage occlusion is an area where interventional cardiologists like yourself and we as electrophysiologists need to work together with our imaging physicians so that we can be sure that our patients get the right device at the right time with the right indication and that we hold ourselves accountable. So I think looking at systemic approaches to determine how we can deliver quality care and working as societies to make sure that we hold all of our members and hold all of our physicians accountable so we can achieve the goals that we want to achieve is an important issue. We've done a great job in cardiovascular medicine. I think we've really led the field when you compare it to some other specialties, and I think we want to together continue to do that. So working together in the future is going to be very important, I think.
I think so too, and if you look at the guidelines that we published together,
correct.
It's a great opportunity, the ACC-AHA HRS guidelines that we do, the white papers we've done, the compendiums of care. I think not only do we have the opportunity to work together in education, but also in advocacy. And we've talked about whenever the House of Cardiology speaks together, we're far more effective than if we speak in small groups. And having been involved in government and having seen it firsthand, I think our legislators will tell you that if two different cardiologists speak about different things, they don't hear anyone. But if we speak as one voice and we advocate for our patients and for better care, and also for, as we say, the providers, the physicians and the APPs and all of our care team that help take care of people, then we do a better job because we improve the lives of much more. So I think doing things in a cost-effective, good manner with high quality and improving our own systems of care is important to us.
No, I think you're right. We've spoken about that many times in the past. You're right. There are a lot of issues of solving and addressing some of the cardiovascular care delivery. And if the House of Cardiology is united and we can work out the differences that are there and we can come to an overall message and an overall goal that advances patient care appropriately, we will be much further along. And they want to listen to one voice. They want to hear one message, and they want to know that it's advancing care in a cost-effective manner. So that's where the systematic, considerations come into play. And we've got to look at that whole value equation, not just the, quality, which is extremely important, but the cost thereof, so that we can reduce waste and so that we can improve outcomes. And I think together as societies, with ACC as partners, with HRS, with the American Society of Echocardiography, all the other specialty societies and subspecialty societies, we can get there. But we've got to realize it is a team sport. It is not golf or downhill skiing, it's baseball.
And when we speak the two magic words that you said, quality of care and value of course brings in the cost into it. And I think that we have done a very good job. If you look at what interventional cardiologists have done to the number of procedures in the country over the last 10 years, with appropriate use criteria, the number of procedures has gone down. Nobody did that to us. We've actually done that to ourselves. So I think when we police ourselves and we bring in the quality of care and the quality of our patients, and we bring in cost into it, I think we've shown that we're going to do the right things. Hopefully we can get together, show the government that we're going to do the right things, and still have a seat at the table. And I think that's important.
I think you're very correct on that. And it's an interesting point. I know in the seats that I sit in at Piedmont, and I'm sure you've noticed the same thing in your organization, initially I had some temerity that physicians were going to be a little bit, reluctant to work towards the quality initiatives. But what I've been very impressed with is everybody wants to do the right thing. It's the rare outlier that does not. And everybody wants to get better at what they do, whether it's managing a patient, whether it's referring for appropriate use at a procedural time, or whether it's the post-op care or the long-term longitudinal care. And engaging our APPs to do that is something that's very, very important. So we've got to figure out structured ways to do this in a collaborative manner so that when we go forward, we wind up having, a legacy that creates a better situation and a better world for the care of our patients.
Well, thank you for having the ACC here as a representative body, and our two chapters, the Georgia chapter of ACC and the California chapter. I think this is a perfect venue for us to get together and to talk about these issues and try to make solutions for long-term care. So
I think that's a great summary. We're happy to have you and appreciate you taking the time to join us. Thank you all very much.